So in this property, we have dampness on the first floor front bedroom in the right-hand corner, so left-hand looking from the inside. There's a very light brown staining, but later on you'll see that I talk about it, that it's probably been had stain cover on it. You can see the onus of trace where there's damp. So listen to the survey and we'll talk at the end.
Dampness here as well. There's dampness here as well. This is the surface, relatively dry. Looks like there's been stain block on it.
So the dampness is on the right hand side in the corner, looking from the outside. It looks fairly standard brickwork. It's a Victorian property. The gutter was cleared recently, and I think that's probably the main explanation for the dampness in this property, because there are no other major causes. So that gutter there was originally blocked up until a few weeks ago. You can see a small amount of spalling on the outside. That's frost damage, where a brick becomes damp and then freezes. That's called spalling. There's a satellite dish on the outside.
So there's a satellite dish there. It's going to cause heat loss. Plus, obviously, you've got the gutter and it's external. So you've got vulnerability to condensation there. So just to explain, you've got this heavy duty, thick bitumen type sarking material in the loft. They used to put them in the 60s, 70s, possibly 80s. They don't nowadays. They're all Vapour permeable. But what a loss of the big mistake is not having any ventilation. And you've got vents near the top, so that's perfect. Through flow of ventilation in and out is ideal. So I often tell people what they should do, and well, you've done it. So with vent bricks, vent tiles on the outside. I'm going to go into the corner now. So here we are. There is a nest, an old nest. Probably does feel marginally damp down here. So what I'm going to do,
I think it's whipped up from the corner, and there must have been dampness by the timber from the drain, from the gutter.
bit of something plant, right? It's moist. It's not wet. It's moist.
I assume it's very old as well.
I mean, yeah, bit of ventilation. That's what you need. I'll clear it out. That's clear now. The back bedroom that they're concerned about has been dry lined. I don't see any damp issues here, but it's at risk. The ceiling makes it look like this is 2, 3 external walls, and so it'll get very cold and at risk of condensation. Vent out should be show 15 on there.
This is the bathroom extractor fan.
It's about half, so I'll see if I can improve it. There are two reasons why the ventilation wasn't working particularly well. It's full of dust, which I'm clearing, and also, and it's difficult to see with this, but you can actually tell from the outside, but the rear is a bit lower on the outside. The section on the outside is a bit lower. So if I go through there, you'll see it doesn't line up exactly. All of these things will make a small impact, but in total it reduces the through flow by about 50%.
You can see where the rim of the dust is. That's because the circle of the outlet is high.
increased the overrun time by about double, so I've just turned that using this device here clockwise, so that should improve it as well. So this is after cleaning, and we're getting close to 15, just shy of 15 litres a second, which is this. We're just talking about the back bedroom, and it's been thermal lined with thermal insulating plasterboard, which reduces the risk of mould, condensation and mould on those zones, but it increases the risk of it elsewhere. Oh, right. So it's not dealing with the root cause. The root cause is excess vapour, and I'll show you how to do that. But essentially, you want to make sure that the internal vapour levels, as measured by temperature as dew points, you want to keep those outside, below the outside temperature. Right. And I'll show you how to do that later on, but that's the simple thing. But I think you're getting condensation and penetrating damp up in the top corner. The sky dish, the spalling of the bricks, and you said that it was overflowing, guttering, but now it's cleared. But it will take 6 to 9 months for a damp wall to dry out. In the meantime, a damp wall is a poor insulator, and you get lots of heat loss. With the mould, you've got to be aware that those windows are relatively old style windows. They're metal, probably aluminium, and they lose heat rapidly. So the internal temperature is not going to be that different to the external temperature. And unless you drop the dew point to the level of the external temperature or less, then you're always going to have a risk of mould and condensation around them. Right. So the two things to know about. One is to increase the ventilation dehumidification so that the dew point is managed, and I'll show you more on that. Brilliant. And the second is that once mould starts to grow, you get increased risk of mould growing. Right. So you need to try and deal with all the sources of mould. And I did notice some in the bathroom above the cupboard. But look, everyone has the same thing. Whether International Space Station or Princess Palace, you're always going to get mould and condensation in places. You just got to keep on top of it and keep the vapour levels down. Brilliant. Okay. Vapour from drying clothes, and there's a dehumidifier, but it's way too small. So this is like 7 litres. You need 20 litres per day, because the drying speed is too great for the dehumidifier. So it's going to overwhelm. So the kitchen doesn't have a extractor fan. There is one that goes towards the chimney, but I don't think it's ducted all the way out, or anyway, I don't think it's used. So often you get dampness in the corner. So we're going to just have a look. I know it's dry. Has been damp proofed, which normally hides the problem.
I think that was
before your time.
I think it may have been on the original survey when we came in. So I think all of below here and that wall was done, but the rest of it's been replastered recently. I think the damp work they did was basically this wall up to about this high, and then under there.
You sometimes get dampness just where you can feel the slight disruption, but it's newly plastered.
So just to explain, this property's been damp proofed. It was damp proofed during the purchase. Those holes are from chemical injections. The internal plaster would have been replaced with impermeable plaster to block any dampness. The downside, one of the many downsides of damp proofing treatment, especially when there is no rising damp, which is highly unlikely in this zone, is that the impermeable plaster doesn't absorb natural vapour, buffering the humidity, excess humidity in the property. So it increases the risk of mould and condensation, often elsewhere in the property, often at the interface between the damp proofer's treatment and the normal plaster, absorbent plaster wall above. So in this case, it's just made the condensation worse upstairs. There was some penetrating damp, but there's also signs that there's condensation and there's high vapour levels. So The bathroom extractor fan has been improved. Keep the dew point below the outside temperature, and the wall will dry out. It will take 6 to 9 months, but actually for higher levels it's normally much quicker. It dries much quicker. Okay, thank you very much. And do make comments. Thanks.